What is up, YouTube? This is Anashi back with another YuGiOh Banlist update video. I feel the need to apologize yet again for not uploading regular content. I fully intend to do that as soon as I can, but my work life has just become infinitely more difficult, but I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just going to say the second I have that figured out, I will make content again, especially since I'm going to be working on some other side projects. In the meantime, let's talk this ban list. Once again, they decided to reveal it at the end of a major event, and honestly, I am thrilled that this is a new pattern that they decided to go with. In my opinion, it's freaking hilarious. Firstly, we have 4 cards that are now banned. The first one being Abyss Dweller. As a Shark player, I happen to play a copy of Abyss Dweller, not because I necessarily needed it, but because it was just nice to have in case I dealt with some really annoying graveyard decks. I'm honestly not going to cry too much over it being gone. What I am destroyed by, though, is the banning of Bahamut Shark. First off, fuck you, Mermail. You took a perfectly good tech, over-abused it, and took it away from all of us. You are the reason we can't have nice things. But on a serious note, sharks are thankfully still playable. We just kind of have to go through some outlier lines and rely more on the level modulating effects more so than just playing Bahamut Shark as a key cornerstone piece. Which I'm all for. I will gladly use this as a chance to reimagine my shark deck. Next is Nightmare Griffin. Honestly, this card is really annoying and generically floodgatey, not to mention the free spell trap reset is kinda cool. And finally is Link Decoder. I had to do a little bit of research on this because I'm not a competitive player, but Malice apparently used this to get into some Link monsters it realistically shouldn't have, plus they kinda made it too free. Go figure, a Link one that's too powerful. 9 cards were limited down or up to 1. First is Bestial Druis Worm. Bestials and Chaos Dragons as a whole have always been a little bit overpowered, and this was no exception. And let's be honest, they are annoying. Next is Dimension Shifter. Thank fuck! I mean, I would have preferred it to be banned for obvious reasons, plus as far as I'm aware, it's not exactly searchable, which means that now it's reduced to the status of a Saki tech. Next is Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. You know, the sad part is, I don't honestly care about this very much anymore. We live in a game era now where Towers cards really aren't that bad anymore. At bare minimum because of Kaijus. Next is Mathmech Circular. I understand it's not as much of a threat at 1, but I still don't know if I'm okay with it. Next is YuGiOh Detonator. Man, they really hit on this deck directly. Don't get me wrong, Zodiac Dryden 2.0 here was a bitch and a half to deal with, but I'm actually kind of glad to see it reduced to 1 and not fully banned. Next is Bonfire. This makes sense for 2 reasons. 1, YuGiOh does in fact have a couple of 4-star pyros that it wants to search. And 2, even if it's at once per turn, it is arguably on the same level as Reinforcement of the Army. Next is Brilliant Fusion. Given that we have new Gem Knight cards coming, I am not surprised by this change, and Brilliant Fusion isn't the most searchable card in the game, so I think it's okay. Next is Crossout Designator. This card made mirror matches drag out so goddamn long. Even if it was just against hand traps and board breakers and what have you, this card made those games far more grindy and annoying than they needed to be. And finally is Triple Tactics Talents. Now this might just be me, but I feel like this means that Talents is now exclusively a going second card instead of a first or second card because we still have Thrust at 3. 12 cards were semi-limited and are now at 2. First is Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and White Dragon Wyverbuster. I guess this makes sense. They're not as annoying to have to deal with compared to something like the Bestials, I guess. Next is X Ryzeal, Ice Ryzeal, and Sword Ryzeal. Consistency hits are always welcome and appreciated, especially when it comes to the top decks of the game. Next is Malice P. Dormouse, Malice P. White Rabbit, and Malice in Underground. Same thing I said about the Ryzeal hits. Speed reduction hits are always appreciated when it comes to tough decks. Next is Morphing Jar. Every day we get closer to the return of Empty Jar, and at this point, I just kinda wanna see it happen because I think it'd be fucking funny. Next is Snake Eye Ash and Snake Eyes Poplar. I am really grateful that they did not leave Bonfire at 3 before doing this. And finally is Unchained Soul of Sharbara. Since the Yubel's boss piece has been hit, it is technically okay to allow this. And finally, 5 cards have been unlimited and brought back to 3. And those cards are all 5 cards that happen to have been semi-limited on the prior list. Cyberjar, Danger Jackalope, Danger Tsuchinoko, Eva, and Perform a Pal Monkey Board. Welcome back all of you. Not really much to say that I didn't say on the prior list, but I will say, Cyberjar back at 3 does make me laugh. And that is the ban list. This ban list was insane. It made so many meaningful changes to the game. I won't say it upheaved the game and changed what the top decks are. It's pretty obvious that the top decks are probably still going to be the top decks, but they made meaningful changes for the first time in quite a while that are noticeable at all levels of the game. But it means that my Shark deck and technically my Penguin deck are going to need some heavy modifications. Both of them did rely on Bahamut Toad, and while Penguins can still play Toad if they really want to, I don't know what I'm going to do about Sharks just yet. So I'm going to have to fiddle with the recipe until I find a build that I really like. But I am definitely up for the challenge. I thank you guys for watching the ban list video, and if you have any opinions on this list, feel free to say so below. In the meantime, this has been Nanashi, signing out.